Our journey commences with the Shang dynasty, the first dynasty in China to leave behind written records. Ruling from approximately 1600 to 1046 BCE, the Shang dynasty established a sophisticated bronze-making culture. Their exquisite bronze vessels adorned with intricate designs provide a glimpse into their religious practices and artistic skills. The Shang kings, believed to be intermediaries between the heavens and the human world, relied on oracle bones for divination. These inscribed bones and turtle shells offer valuable insights into their beliefs, social structure, and even warfare. The Shang dynasty eventually gave way to the Zhou dynasty, which lasted for nearly 8 centuries, making it the longest-lasting dynasty in Chinese history. The Zhou dynasty introduced the concept of the Mandate of Heaven, a powerful idea that legitimized their rule and shaped Chinese political thought for centuries to come. According to this belief, rulers held power as long as they governed justly and maintained harmony between heaven and earth. The Zhou era also witnessed a flourishing of philosophy and intellectual thought, with figures like Confucius and Laozi leaving an enduring legacy on Chinese culture. Confucius, born during the late Zhou period, emphasized morality, social harmony, and respect for authority. His teachings, later compiled in the Analects, have had a profound impact on Chinese society, education, and government for over 2 millennia. As the Zhou dynasty declined, China entered a period known as the Warring States period, a time of intense conflict and political upheaval. This chaotic era, however, also paved the way for the emergence of a new dynasty that would unify China under a single emperor. Out of the ashes of the Warring States period arose the Qin dynasty, a short-lived but immensely significant era in Chinese history. Led by the ambitious Qin Shi Huang, China was unified for the first time in 221 BCE. Qin Shi Huang, meaning first emperor of Qin, abolished the feudal system and established a centralized bureaucratic system that would become a hallmark of Chinese governance. The Qin dynasty is perhaps best known for the construction of the Great Wall, a monumental undertaking aimed at protecting the empire from nomadic invaders. Qin Shi Huang's reign also witnessed the standardization of weights, measures, currency, and even the written script, fostering unity and facilitating trade across the vast empire. However, the Qin dynasty's strict legalism and heavy-handed rule led to widespread resentment, and it eventually collapsed in 206 BCE. From the ruins of the Qin emerged the Han dynasty, a golden age in Chinese history that lasted for over 4 centuries. The Han dynasty is remembered for its economic prosperity, territorial expansion, and advancements in art, literature, and technology. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting China to the West, flourished during the Han dynasty, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. Chinese silk, tea, and porcelain were highly sought after in distant lands, while Buddhism made its way to China from India along these very routes. The Han dynasty's legacy continues to shape Chinese identity today, with the Han Chinese remaining the world's largest ethnic group. After the fall of the Han dynasty in 220 CE, China experienced several centuries of division and turmoil. This period, however, also witnessed the flourishing of Buddhism and the arts, laying the groundwork for a new era of unity and prosperity. In 618 CE, the Tang dynasty emerged, ushering in another golden age for China. Known for its cosmopolitan culture, economic vibrancy, and military prowess, the Tang dynasty is often considered the zenith of Chinese civilization. The Tang capital, Chang'an, present-day Xi'an, was a bustling metropolis attracting merchants, scholars, and diplomats from all corners of the known world. The Tang dynasty witnessed advancements in printing, gunpowder, and shipbuilding, inventions that would later transform the world. Poetry flourished during the Tang era, with renowned poets like Li Bai and Du Fu capturing the essence of Chinese culture and aesthetics. The Tang dynasty eventually declined in the 10th century, giving way to the Song dynasty. Although not as militarily powerful as the Tang, the Song dynasty presided over an era of economic and cultural brilliance. The Song dynasty witnessed the development of gunpowder weapons, the compass, and paper money, innovations that would revolutionize warfare, navigation, and commerce. Neo-Confucianism, a revival of Confucian thought, emerged during the Song dynasty, emphasizing self-cultivation, social order, and moral principles. Section 5. From Mongols to Ming Yuan and Ming dynasties. In the 13th century, China faced a formidable force from the north, the Mongols. Led by the legendary Genghis Khan, the Mongols swept across Asia, conquering vast territories and establishing the Yuan dynasty in China in 1279. Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, became the first Yuan emperor of China, ruling over a vast empire that stretched from Korea to Eastern Europe. The Yuan dynasty, though relatively short-lived, had a profound impact on China. Kublai Khan encouraged trade, religious tolerance, and cultural exchange, facilitating contact between China and the West. The famed Venetian explorer Marco Polo visited China during the Yuan dynasty, leaving behind vivid accounts of the empire's wealth and sophistication. The Yuan dynasty's rule in China eventually crumbled in the 14th century, paving the way for the rise of the Ming dynasty. Founded by Zhu Yuanzhang, a peasant who rose to become the Hongwu emperor, the Ming dynasty restored native Chinese rule and ushered in a period of stability and prosperity. The Ming dynasty is renowned for its architectural achievements, including the Forbidden City, a sprawling palace complex in Beijing that served as the imperial residence for centuries. The Ming dynasty also witnessed the voyages of Zheng He, a eunuch admiral who led 7 epic maritime expeditions between 1405 and 1433. Zheng He's voyages, undertaken with a fleet of massive treasure ships, reached Southeast Asia, India, the Arabian Peninsula, and even the east coast of Africa, showcasing China's maritime might and expanding its trade networks. Section 6. The last dynasty, the Qing dynasty. The Ming dynasty's power waned in the 17th century, eventually succumbing to the Manchus from the northeast. The Manchus, after conquering China, established the Qing dynasty in 1644. The Qing dynasty, the last imperial dynasty of China, lasted for over 2.5 centuries. The Qing emperors, while maintaining Manchu customs and traditions, adopted many aspects of Chinese culture and governance. The Qing dynasty witnessed territorial expansion, reaching its greatest geographical extent in the 18th century. However, the Qing dynasty also faced internal unrest, economic challenges, and increasing pressure from Western powers. The Opium Wars of the mid-19th century, fought between China and Great Britain, marked a turning point in Chinese history. China's defeat in these wars exposed the weaknesses of the Qing dynasty and led to a period of decline and humiliation. Section 7. The birth of modern China. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were a turbulent period for China, marked by internal strife, foreign intervention, and a burgeoning sense of nationalism. The Qing dynasty, weakened by corruption and unable to resist foreign encroachment, faced growing calls for reform and modernization. In 1911, the Xinhai Revolution, led by Sun Yat-sen, toppled the Qing dynasty, ending centuries of imperial rule in China. Sun Yat-sen, hailed as the father of modern China, envisioned a democratic republic for China. However, the road to a new China was fraught with obstacles. Following Sun Yat-sen's death, the Chinese Communist Party, founded in 1921, emerged as a major force in Chinese politics. Led by Mao Zedong, the CCP fought a long and arduous civil war against the Nationalist Party, led by Chiang Kai-shek. The Chinese Civil War, interrupted by the Second Sino-Japanese War from 1937 to 1945, resumed after Japan's defeat in World War II. Section 8. China on the world stage. In 1949, after years of conflict, the CCP emerged victorious, proclaiming the establishment of the People's Republic of China on October 1. Chiang Kai-shek and the remnants of the nationalist government fled to Taiwan, marking the beginning of a decades-long separation between mainland China and Taiwan. Under Mao Zedong's leadership, China underwent dramatic transformations. The Great Leap Forward, from 1958 to 1962, an ambitious but ultimately disastrous attempt to rapidly collectivize agriculture and industrialize the country, led to widespread famine and economic hardship. The Cultural Revolution, from 1966 to 1976, a period of intense social and political upheaval, aimed to purge China of capitalist and traditional elements, but instead resulted in widespread persecution and chaos. Following Mao's death in 1976, Deng Xiaoping emerged as China's paramount leader. Deng Xiaoping initiated a series of economic reforms, opening up China to foreign investment and trade. These reforms, known as Reform and Opening Up, transformed China into an economic powerhouse, lifting millions out of poverty and propelling China onto the world stage. Section 9. A Legacy for the Ages. China today is a nation in constant flux, a fascinating blend of ancient traditions and modern aspirations. Its economic resurgence has positioned it as a global power, while its cultural influence continues to grow. From the bustling streets of Beijing to the serene beauty of the West Lake in Hangzhou, China offers a tapestry of experiences that captivate travelers and scholars alike. As China continues its rise in the 21st century, its future remains inextricably linked to the world's. The challenges it faces, from environmental sustainability to social inequality, are global in scope. China's journey, a testament to human resilience and the enduring power of culture, continues to unfold before our eyes. Its story, a rich tapestry woven over millennia, reminds us of the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of understanding the past as we navigate the future.